Party speakers and the name JBL sound like two peas in a pod by this time, since the brand appears to be dedicated and really good at coming up with party speakers that set the standard for everyone else. With the release of the Boombox 3, JBL further tightened the grip on the claim, but the competitors won't go down without a fight. Take the Sony SRS-XG500 for instance, which apart from belonging in the same category has pretty decent specs in itself, which brings us to the question, which one should you go for? Well, let's find out. Coming in classic black or unique camouflage pattern, the JBL Boombox 3 weighs a pretty hefty 14.7 pounds. You got a prominent JBL branding up front, right on top of a sturdy weatherproof grille, along with an LED strip to show the status of the speaker. As for the SRS-XG500 from Sony, it weighs a comparatively lighter 12.4 pounds. The speaker comes in black and gray with colored LED headlights that come alive when turned on. The easy-to-handle cylindrical design comes with a built-in handle at the top panel, which makes carrying easier, while wraparound fabric covers the entire exterior. For the JBL Boombox 3, you'd assume from the name that it'd be all about the bass, and you'd be right. The Boombox 3 improves upon an already excellent sound signature that JBL has mastered over the years and offers you deep bass and a loud max volume. When you want a loud and iconic sound from JBL to fill up your parties, the Boombox 3 comes in with an incredible sound for its size. With Sony, you'll get an advantage on the bass level with the Mega Bass mode, which could be a little misleading. In theory, it does crank up the speaker with more bass, but we think it has a muddying impact on the overall audio quality. So for the sound, surprisingly within comparison with Sony, the win goes to JBL. JBL Boombox 3 is pretty reliable and comes brandishing a solid and secure IP67 rating, that is, as long as you keep the cover at the back sealed. This rating renders the Boombox 3 to be dustproof and waterproof up to a depth of a meter for at least 30 minutes. Basically meaning the JBL Boombox is the perfect speaker to take with you at the beach or when you're throwing wild and wet pool parties. And even if it gets dirty, you can just simply clean the speaker off using a garden hose. Now Sony on the other hand made the SRS-XG500 highly water resistant as well. Rocking an IP66 rating, the speaker is able to survive pressurized water spray from pretty much any direction. While being fully protected from dust, we really wouldn't go as far as to submerge the speaker, but you could just hose the speaker off when it gets dirty. For app functionalities, the JBL Portable app is available for both Android and iOS and shows you the remaining battery life in your smartphone, among other things. You'll also be getting a customizable 3-band EQ, which is a pretty big deal when you consider how it's a direct upgrade from the predecessor, since the Boombox 2 did not come with a companion app in the first place. With a simplistic user interface, the EQ has 5 positions for the bass, mid, and treble bands. Simple, easy, lightweight, and effective. On the flip side, this Sony Music Center smartphone app feels sorta outdated, especially when you compare it with the separate apps Sony provides for most of its headphones. Yes, we get it. DJ effects like flanger and isolator can be somewhat funny for a while, but it can get pretty annoying pretty quick. The sound balance of the speaker can be tampered with through a simple 3-band custom EQ. With all that, the JBL Boombox from a full charge will last for about 24 hours and will require a 6.5-hour charge to be at 100% again, whereas the Sony SRS-XG500 will last for about 30 hours, rendering them a bit better at par than the JBL. Oh, lest we forget, the JBL Boombox 3 supports Bluetooth 5.3, while Sony SRS-XG500 comes with Bluetooth 5.0, so yeah, that. So with all that, which one should you actually go for? In summary, the Boombox 3 improves on a winning formula by JBL by offering the user a deeper level of bass with louder sound when compared to their predecessors. If you want to deck out your backyard with a sound that has an impact, the Boombox 3 has an incredible size to power ratio. While Sony does not necessarily beat the Boombox 3, it does shine in certain categories such as the battery life, so the choice depends on your preference. Do let us know which one you finally end up with, as we would love to hear from you. And as for everything else, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you want more content like this on your feed.